Hey guys, it's Kevin Ramirez with realestatesystems.work. Today, I'm going to teach you how to generate motivated seller leads for your wholesaling business. These are techniques that I currently use in my own business. They've generated tons of deals for me, and I'm happy to share them with you. So let's get to it. The first one, you've probably heard of it. This is a technique that most real estate investors have used or will use in their real estate investing business at some point. It's called direct mailing. It's very simple, pretty straightforward. You have to mail to people that you think are motivated to sell their house. But there's two keys to succeed doing this type of marketing technique. Number one would be to stay consistent. You must be consistent with your mailings every single month or weekly, whatever you choose for your schedule to be, but you must stay consistent. You also must hit every prospect that you're mailing to at least 5 times. This is very important. It takes 4 no's, 5 no's from a direct mailing lead to get 1 yes. So stay consistent with the schedule and stay consistent with the amount of times that you're hitting each lead. Key number 2 would be to have a great list. Now, great list could be any list, but you have to find the list that works for you in your particular market. You can go from absentee owners to homeowners with high equity to absentee owners out of town, and my personal favorites, probate and tax delinquent lists. All these lists will work for you. You have to find the best one for your particular market. If you don't find success with direct mailing on the first few mailings, don't give up. It is very important that you stay consistent with the mailings, and even if you're not getting the return on calls and the conversion rates that you're looking for, stay consistent, stay mailing, mail for long enough, you'll get a deal. If you stick to the end of the video, I'll share with you the best practices that you can follow when it comes to harvesting the value of the leads that you will be generating with these techniques. The second technique I'll talk about is Craigslist. Craigslist is a technique for generating leads that I've been able to use pretty much since I got started in my real estate investing business. The key with Craigslist is to post every single day, multiple times a day, on different sections of Craigslist. For example, I post from Monday to Sunday at 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 5 p.m. every single day. And I try to post on different sections of Craigslist, like for sale by owner, real estate by owner, real estate wanted, and services / real estate services. I post in all those categories every single day of the week, and then I collect leads. When it comes to the actual body and title of the ad, it's pretty simple. All I do is, we buy houses, sell your house fast, looking for houses, things like that, and that gets the job done. When it comes to the body of the video, pretty straightforward. It has my name, my number, what I'm looking for, and my website. It's fairly simple to use Craigslist for your business, but it is very time consuming, which is why I've come up with a guide on how to automate the whole system that you can find in the link in the description. Another technique I like to use is bandit signs. Bandit signs is probably the most budget-friendly technique that you can use to generate motivated seller leads starting today. The key with bandit signs is volume. You must hang a ton of signs around your city. Make sure that posting bandit signs is allowed and legal in your city, or you will get fined. That being said, to make sure that you're not fined, make sure you're posting your bandit sign with a Google Voice number instead of your own personal number. So in the case that the sign police wants to find you, they're gonna get your Google Voice voicemail. A major key with bandit signs is to post them or hang them on Friday nights and pick them up on Sunday nights or morning on Monday. This is important because this way you'll assure that your signs will not be taken down by the sign police and more people will see them. Make sure that you're spending your time working on your business and not in your business, so outsource this technique out to someone, maybe a college student or a high schooler that has a car and wants to make some extra money on the side. You can have them drive around town hanging signs in your particular areas of interest. Our next marketing technique is driving for dollars. Driving for dollars is my personal favorite lead generating marketing technique for wholesaling. This is a technique that I still to this day do every single week. I have a team that drives for me and they look for properties. The steps that I like to follow when it comes to driving for dollars are: number one, set a schedule. Set a time aside, time block a time in which you know every week that you are able to drive. Number two is to plan ahead the areas that you will be driving. I like to target properties in the $200,000 to $300,000 range in 90s neighborhoods. So those are the areas that I'm going to be driving. I like to go to Google Maps and kind of map out the route that I will take for the day that I'll be driving, and on my scheduled day, I will drive those areas. Number three is to plan a goal. Have a goal for the amount of leads that you want to generate before you drive back to your office or drive back home. I personally like to get from 60 to 100 driving for dollar leads every time I drive. I usually drive for about 2 hours every week, and in that time I'm able to achieve that number. When it comes to the actual driving, it's pretty straightforward. All you have to do is drive your desired areas and write down the address of the properties that you think show signs of distress or maybe neglect. Maybe you can tell that it's gonna be a good lead. You can look for signs like messed up garage doors, messed up blinds, maybe broken windows, overgrown grass, messed up roof, things like that. With those addresses, you're gonna get home and you're gonna look up the owner on the tax assessor's office for your county. You can look this up online, it's not very hard, and all you have to do is mail them a letter. Like I said, just like direct mailing, I try to hit them at least 5 times before I give up on them. Another great marketing technique that we can talk about today is networking. Networking is so important for any real estate investor. This is something you must do if you want to be successful in the business. It's as simple as it sounds. All you have to do basically is tell everybody what you do, what you focus on, what you're looking for, the type of properties that you're interested in, and the properties will come to you eventually. A good tip for networking is attending your local real estate investor meeting or meetup group or association, and pretty much tell everybody in there what you're looking for. Make sure you get their numbers, their information, and very important is to follow up with the people that you're meeting. Don't just get their business card or phone number and never contact them again. What I like to do is to have a spreadsheet with the information that I'm getting from them, and I follow up routinely, probably about once a month with everybody on my list, just to make sure that if something comes up, something that they find that fits my criteria, I'm going to be the first person that they think of, and I'm going to be the one getting that deal. Same case with direct mailing, and pretty much everything you're going to see on this list is to stay consistent. You must make an effort to network at least once a week. However you're doing it, just make sure you do it. Online marketing is another big technique that you can use to generate seller leads. What you can do is to create a website. These days it's very easy to do so. You can hire a programmer. You can go online and find simple ways to create your own website like Wix.com or Squarespace.com that allow you to create your own website. It's very easy, and it'll probably cost you about $100 a year to maintain that website. This is something that you must do if you want to be considered a serious real estate investor in your area. It creates rapport, and it also is great for generating leads. Along with your real estate website, you will set up a Google Ads or Google AdWords account so that you can create traffic or buy traffic for that website, and that way generate leads. Be aware of that. Google AdWords can get expensive, and a lot of people are using it these days. So paying per click can be a little pricey. Make sure that you're using keywords that you know for a fact are going to pan out when it comes to generating leads for you, and you're not paying for trash. For the second part of this video, I'm going to tell you the best practices that you have to keep in mind in order to harvest the most value out of the properties that you're getting from your marketing efforts. As you could have guessed it, the best practice number one would be consistency. You must stay consistent in everything you do in real estate. Real estate investing is a numbers game, so consistency is key. If you do a marketing technique for long enough, you will find a return on the investment. You must stick to whatever it is that you're doing. It may be slow at first, but you'll see that snowball start rolling and getting bigger and bigger as you go. As a tip number two for best practices would be trying new techniques. This is something that I've made a point to do every single week. What I do is I have a list of techniques that I want to try, that I haven't tried, that I'm interested in, of which I will do one new one every single week. For example, it could be like going to restaurants and leaving my business cards one week, or another week I could be doing a certain mailing list, or maybe door knocking another week. Every week I try to do something new that I've never done, and if I see any interest from the leads that I'm getting, I'm going to keep doing this marketing technique. I'm going to add it to my core processes in my business. You must track everything. This is something that you must do if you want to really get the most out of your marketing efforts. Tracking everything will allow you to know exactly how much each lead costs you, how much it costs you to find a deal, if your business is profitable or not. It'll tell you what kind of response rate you're getting, what conversion rates you're getting. It'll tell you valuable information about your business that you will use in order to better approach your marketing efforts. What you can record, what you can test, you can improve. Tweaking as needed is necessary. This is something that you'll have to do with all of your marketing processes. Whatever's not working, you either change it, replace it, or just toss it and move on. This is something that you must do if you want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your efforts. I can't stress enough this next tip right here is answering your calls live. This is something that a lot of people don't like to do because they feel as if it's a waste of time. Answering your calls live will definitely make a huge impact in the amount of leads that you're able to convert. People like to be talked to when they call you. People like to get an answer right away when they're looking for a way out of a problem. Answering calls live doesn't mean that you are personally going to be answering every single call that comes in. This is something that you must outsource. You can have an in-house person doing this for you, an acquisitions manager, or you can simply hire it out to a phone answering company like Pat Live. After having all of your marketing techniques in place and following all these tips, you must have a good follow-up process. You must use a CRM. The one I like to use is Podio, to keep a file and keep records of every lead that comes in through my business and my marketing process, so that I know exactly what I've said to them, what they're about, what their problem is, what their house is about, and all the numbers related to this property. The money is in the follow-up. This is something that everybody says, but it's so true, you won't even imagine. Make sure you're following up with the leads that you're getting consistently. What I like to do is, depending on how motivated they are, I'll follow up with them weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or every 6 months. It really depends on how motivated the seller lead is. I grade them. Hot lead, not so hot, mild, medium, not interested, and so on. Well, that's it for the video, guys. I hope this helps. If you would like to learn more about my techniques, my process, everything that I've done in my business that's allowed me to reach success in real estate investing, or maybe you just want to learn new lead generating techniques, all you have to do is go to reisystemsthatwork.com. There's a ton of free content. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week with another real estate investing tip. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. Kevin Ramirez signing out.